So we start again with race number 23, Heat 5, Groups A and D of DD2 and DD2 Masters. A full restart was required. So let's have a look at the starting grid once again. So Philip Moitzi and Florian Breitenbach will start on the front row ahead of Davide Fore and Austria's Manuel Tenschert. Jakob Ezel and Luca Miraretto round out row 3, ahead of Rasmus Wendelboe and Marta Bussola. Zana Schublak and Mario Saban round out the top 10, with Timmy Metz, Primoz Metelik, Marcel Reisenberger, Hannes Morin, Alessandro Fandin, Christoph Adams, Yanni Gussens, Cosimo Francesco Durante, Mick Knowlton, Martinas Tankevicius, Paul Louveau, Fabio Costanzo Creti, Matic Kolmanic, Leo Kirschenbauer, Lawrence Seyfried, and Michael Rossina and Bruno Dos Santos. That is your 27-strong grid for this final race out of the day here at Heatstay. And warm-up will start at around about 20 to 9 tomorrow morning, local time here in Italy, for the second round of the 2021 season. So it'll be down to Moitzi and Breitenbach to control the pace on the rolling start here at this fantastic 1,302 metre circuit. Big thank you firstly to Adria Raceway and also to ACI Sport, the local ASN, for allowing us to host this event under the current circumstances. So it'll be down to Moitzi and Florian Breitenbach to control the pace at the front of the field. So it's Moitzi, Breitenbach, Fore, Tenschert, Bezel, Munaretto, Wendelboe, Bussola, Scriblak and Saban. That is your top 10 in this field as we are about to go racing for the 24th and final time here today. They come out of the final corner, they split, they go into the tram lines. And let's see if we go green light set, green light racing. We do, and Moitzi gets a jump already. Davide Fore up the inside of Florian Breitenbach going into turn 1. So they all hurtle their way through into turn 2 for the first time of asking. Jakob Bezel got a good start up from P5 to P3, it looks like. So Breitenbach down into 4th position. And there is Zana Schublak, who started from 9th and up into 5th, goes the defending champion already. So 9 minutes and 32 seconds on the clock plus an additional lap, and the drivers are definitely not giving any quarter whatsoever. But now it is a case of making sure that they get into the top 30 for tomorrow's finals, and then 11 drivers will have to battle it out between themselves for the last 6 grid slots on both finals tomorrow. So Moitzi leads by just under 3 tenths ahead of Davide Fore. Jakob Bezel, Florian Breitenbach, Zandep Schublak, Rasmus Wendelboe, Marta Bussola, Manuel Tenschert, Luca Munaretto and Tim Metz now round out the top 10. And they are covered by just over 1.9 seconds after the very first lap of racing here in Italy. So at the moment, in terms of the DD2 classification, Primoz Metelik in the 504 running on the Praga chassis. 14th, still leading the class, but Paul Louveau is already up into 2nd position. And at the particular moment in time, Christoph Adams has tumbled all the way down from 16th to 25th position. So Paul Louveau, through a misfortune of Christoph Adams, actually had a really good run and was was being closed in on by Paul Louveau before they brought out the red flag with 6 minutes and 19 seconds to go. However, we've got just over 8 minutes plus an additional lap remaining in this race. And now I see a change for the lead. Davide Fore, the multi-time world champion, is at the front of the field ahead of Philip Moitzi, as Philip Moitzi goes defensive on Jakob Bezel. But watch out for the Belgian missile that is Mr. Zana Schublak just behind, as the SP Motorsport driver is looking to charge. And there goes Bezel up the inside of Moitzi to get 2nd position. Waits for it until Zana Schublak manages to get past Rasmus Wendelboe up into 5th position ahead of Florian Breitenbach. Good showing again by Marta Bussola in the 4:27. She's currently running in 7th ahead of Austria's Manuel Tenschert as we go and cross the line once again with 7 minutes and 40 still to go on the clock plus an additional lap. We'll make that 7 minutes and 20 seconds still to go. Davide Fore leading the way, but Jakob Bezel hot on the Italians' heels. And those are rubber-treaded heels, I might add, as there goes Moitzi up the inside of Bezel, through the left-hander there. Nice and neatly done by the Austrian. Now Zander Schriblak looking to assert his mark on this race and trying to get past Jakob Bezel, but on this particular occasion the Belgian can't get past at the moment. Other changes for position: Manuel Atencio has dropped like a stone out of the top 10 and has ended up behind Luca Muneretto in 8th, Tim Mikametz, and now Mario Saban from the KF Racing team in the 419. Other changes: Cosimo Francesco Durante up into 14th ahead of Primoz Metallic. And now it's changing all again, because obviously Moitzi has gotten past Bezel, and now Jakob Bezel in 3rd position and is about 6/10 ahead, close to 6/10 ahead of the next driver on the road, which is Rasmus Vendelbo from Denmark. Leo Kirschenbauer has dropped all the way down to 27th position. And Kirschenbauer actually started 24th. Paul Louveau getting closer and closer, and he's about 3 and a bit tenths off of Primoz Metallic in the 504 for the DD2 Masters class lead. But there's an almighty scrap happening, and this is from 4th onwards, because now just check who's just gone into 4th position. That is Florian Breitenbach. You then got Zander Schriblak, Rasmus Vendelbo. Behind them, you've got Luca Muneretto, Marta Bussola, and Tim Mikametz, all getting stuck in on the action. And there's Mick Knowlton trying to make a move, I believe, on Primoz Metallic going through into turn 1. Hasn't been the greatest run for Mick Knowlton this weekend, neither for Hannes Morin, and those two were battling against each other back in 2018 for the inaugural Euro Trophy Senior Rotax title, with Morin winning on the basis of a DQ for Knowlton in the last final of the season at Wackersdorf that year. But still, the drivers are pushing. They are going forward. Christoph Adams now starting to move forward. And I was expecting a bit more of a resurgence from Michael Rossina from Italy in the 418 from 54 Quattro Corse. However, looks like his move forward has been scuppered a little bit. Lawrence Seyfried has also made some positional gains. The 18-year-old from Germany up from 25th now into 19th position, so a gain of 6 places over the last few moments of this race. 4 minutes and 35 seconds still to go, and we have some great battles on our hands up and down the order. As now Hannes Morin hits the top 10 for the first time. There's a bit of a move there from Christoph Adams, and that was past Mick Knowlton. So you now see that there is going to be Michael Rossina, I believe, that is actually just behind them as well. So Christoph Adams is getting stuck in, even with the younger crowd in the DD2 contingent, let alone him competing in DD2 Masters. But we have just over 4 minutes to go on the clock. Apologies for the timer not showing on the screens at the graphics at the top left-hand corner, but we have just under 4 minutes remaining as Christoph Adams gets his head down and moves forward and goes ahead. And Christoph Adams now puts himself into 20th position. And Mick Knowlton decides, well, one good turn deserves another. And according to the nationalities, well, that's 2 Dutchmen driving there, and Christoph Adams decides to do the old sends it from a mile away and then just literally gesticulates over to Mick Knowlton and saying, well, you should have gotten out of my way, young man. And again, he just doesn't need to do that. He just needs to concentrate on what he needs to do, as Paul Louveau has got past Primoz Metallic for 15th position, and more importantly, the DD2 Masters class lead in this final heat of the day. So just over 3 minutes to go. Davide Fore leading by nearly half a second ahead of Philip Moitzi. Just seen that Florian Breitenbach in 4th position has just set the fastest lap of anybody, a 50.110. Now, if you look at qualifying, Philip Moitzi's best time was a 49.694, which puts Florian Breitenbach just over 4 tenths off of pole position qualifying pace, and that's in race trim. That just goes to show that consistency can come through race pace. I mean, the previous lap to that, Florian Breitenbach did a 50.366, but we still have 2.5 minutes to go, and it's anyone's guess. Marta Bussola now drops down to 10th position, courtesy of Sweden's Hannes Morin from Dan Holland Racing, who now is in 9th place. So the drivers continuing to move forward. 2 minutes and 14 seconds still to go. Alessandro Fardin has got past Mick Knowlton. Michael Rossina, I've just noticed, started down in 26th position and has gained 10 positions to get himself up into what is 16th position, but is not too far behind the likes of Mario Saban and also DD2 Masters class leader and also points leader coming into this round, Francis Paul Louveau, on the Red Speed chassis in the 564. Time is fast ticking away, 1 minute and 3/4 of the race day still to go, plus an additional lap, and Davide Fore is basically controlling proceedings, despite the fact that Philip Moitzi took a race victory earlier on today. We've had multiple different drivers do so. We'll have that in a bit of a roundup later on when all the results have been confirmed and tabulated. Luca Muraretta gets past Rasmus van der Boe with about 1 minute and 20 still to go on the clock. As you can now see a little bit of a shadow starting to make its way over the circuit. The sunlight has definitely gone in for the day, but still very, very much a nice evening here in Italy, and we're rounding that off with some racing. So Muneretto passed, and I've just seen that Michael Rossina has got past Mario Saban, so Rossina up 11 places to P15. The qualifying could have shown a different side to the story, and maybe Michael Rossina and Daniel Mahacek might have had that same battle that we saw back in October last year. However, we have been denied of that privilege, but maybe tomorrow, they do say tomorrow is another day and something else could transpire that could really ignite our interest and whet our appetite for what is yet to come. But Davide Fore, with around about 30 seconds to go, has got a command on this race by 5.5 tenths of a second ahead of Philip Moitzi, who's taken a second. This will be another second place for the Austrian from KRT Racing Team, and has also taken a heat victory earlier on today. Martina Stankiewicz gets ahead of Mick Knowlton for 22nd position. So this will be another weekend for the Dutch driver from GKS Lemons Power to forget. But now the timer has struck 0. And as you can see on your screens, everyone is chomping at the bit. And there is the likes of Tim Mikametz, Luca Muneretto, and also Rasmus van der Boe chomping at the bit to get past each other. And now these drivers will have the opportunity to go for one more lap. But Davide Fore now sees that he has the opportunity to take a heat victory going into tomorrow, and that will fill the Italian with confidence and also a little bit of reassurance that he hasn't lost his Midas touch. And now Philip Moitzi coming under fire from Jakob Bezel, who's now showing a bit of signs of desperation in that driving style in the latter stages. But Davide Fore knows that he's got the job done, and it is in hand. And the main thing is that now that Philip Moitzi does not want to relinquish second at the dying throws ahead of Jakob Bezel. But Davide Fore comes out of the final corner, and let's just see what happens here, because that's the checkered flag. Davide Fore takes the victory here in the final race of the day. It has been a lengthy day in the office for everyone involved. Philip Moitzi in second ahead of Jakob Bezel, Florian Breitenbach fourth ahead of Sander Schriblak, Rasmus van der Boe, Tim Mikametz, Luca Muneretto, Hannes Morin, and Manuel Tencher round out the top 10 overall. Marta Bussola rounds out the top 11 for Italy, ahead of Marcel Reisenberger from Austria. Cosimo Francesco Durante, Michael Rossina recovers from 26th to finish in 14th position, ahead of DD2 Masters class winner in this race, Paul Louveau from France in the 564. Mario Saban, Jan Negersens, Primoz Matelik, Lawrence Seyfried, Alessandro Farda, Martina Stankiewicz, Matic Kolmanic, Mick Knowlton, Leo Kirschenbauer, Christoph Adams, Fabio Costanzo Creti, and Bruno Dos Santos all made it to the end of 13 laps, which is just a shade over 17.1 kilometres of racing.